In a city filled with endless noise, flashing lights, and rushing crowds, there lived a young woman named Mira. Every day, thousands of people walked past her without ever noticing she existed. The city moved fast, but Mira felt stuck. She worked in a small printing shop, tucked quietly between two tall buildings. Her days were simple and repetitive. From morning until evening, the sound of machines printing paper filled the air. Page after page, day after day. Sometimes Mira would stare out the shop window, watching people walk confidently through the busy streets. And quietly, deep in her heart, a question would appear. Why does it feel like everyone else is moving forward while I remain in the same place? Mira had dreams once, but over time, life slowly covered those dreams with doubt. She told herself the same things many people say. I don't have enough money. I don't have the right connections. I don't have the opportunity. And so, she continued living the same routine. Wake up, go to work, come home, sleep, repeat. Day after day, the same life continued. But one evening, something unexpected happened. The hidden rooftop. After closing the printing shop late one night, Mira decided to take a different path home. The city lights glowed like distant stars between the tall buildings. The air was cool, and the streets were quieter than usual. As she walked through a narrow alley, she noticed something she had never seen before: an old staircase climbing the side of a building. Curious, Mira slowly began to climb, step by step by step. When she finally reached the top, she stopped in surprise, because what she found was not just another rooftop. It was a garden, a small, hidden rooftop garden. Plants grew gently in clay pots. Soft lights hung from wooden beams, and the noise of the city felt far away, peaceful, quiet. And in the middle of the garden sat an old man. He was playing a trumpet. The music floated through the night air, soft, smooth, and full of emotion. Mira stood silently, listening. When the song ended, the old man looked at her and smiled. "You found the quiet place," he said gently. Mira smiled shyly. "I didn't know this place existed." The old man chuckled softly. "Most people never notice it," he said. "They are too busy running through life." Mira sat down on a nearby bench, and for the first time in a long time, she felt calm. The lesson of small sparks. The old man introduced himself as Leo. He had been a jazz musician for many years, but instead of playing in big concert halls, he preferred quiet places like this one, places where people could truly listen. After a moment of silence, Mira asked a question that lived inside her heart for years. Do you ever feel like life has limits you cannot escape? Leo looked up at the night sky. Then he said something simple. Limits are like darkness. Mira looked confused. Leo continued. Darkness is not removed by anger. Darkness is removed by lighting a candle. Mira listened carefully. Most people wait for a big light to appear in their lives, but life rarely works that way.
He gently tapped his trumpet. Life changes through small sparks. Mira's first spark. That night, Mira returned home thinking deeply about Leo's words. Small sparks. Before going to sleep, she opened a notebook and she wrote down 3 things that made her smile that day: the rooftop garden, the trumpet music, and the peaceful feeling she experienced. It was a small moment, but somehow it felt powerful. The habit of sparks. The next morning, Mira made a small decision. Every day, she would create one small spark in her life. Not something huge, just something small that moved her forward. The first spark was simple. She woke up earlier and took a short walk before work. The second spark was learning something new each day. Sometimes she watched motivational talks. Sometimes she read books about growth and creativity. The third spark was courage. Every day, she tried one thing that once scared her. Speak up in a meeting, share an idea, talk to someone new. The change began. Weeks passed, then months. Slowly, Mira began noticing changes. Her mind felt clearer. Her confidence began to grow. She became more curious about life. The printing shop that once felt like a trap became a place where she experimented with creative ideas. Her boss began noticing her work, and soon he gave her more responsibility. But the biggest change was inside her. Mira stopped seeing limits everywhere. Instead, she started seeing possibilities. Returning to the rooftop. One evening, Mira returned to the rooftop garden to see Leo again. He was playing his trumpet under the soft, glowing lights. She smiled as she approached. "You were right," she said. "Small sparks really do change things." Leo nodded gently. "They always do." Mira looked across the city skyline. "So why don't more people change their lives?" Leo answered quietly. "Because they wait for motivation." He paused. "But success is built by daily habits, not temporary feelings." The spark that became a flame. Over the next 2 years, Mira continued her daily sparks. Her creativity grew stronger. Her confidence became natural. Eventually, she left the printing shop and started her own small design studio. What began as a tiny idea slowly turned into something bigger. Her work helped small businesses tell their stories. And every night, she still wrote 3 sparks in her notebook. It reminded her how far she had come. Lighting the way. One night, Mira returned to the rooftop garden again, but Leo was not there. Only the trumpet remained, resting quietly on the bench. Beside it was a small note. The note read, "Keep lighting sparks. The world needs more light." Mira smiled softly, because now she understood. The greatest way to grow is not only changing your own life, it is inspiring others to change theirs too. Final message. Life does not change in one big moment. It changes through small daily decisions, a new habit, a brave step, a hopeful thought, one spark at a time. And just like Mira discovered, those small sparks eventually become a powerful flame, a flame that lights your path, breaks your limits, and reveals the life you were always capable of living. Because the light you are searching for is already inside you. have to do is light the spark.